According to some religions, the underworld is where your soul goes after you leave the earth, a home for the dead, whereas earth is known as home for the living. Usually located beneath the earth, the underworld is prevalent in Greek mythology specifically, and is also believed to be home to some of the most unpleasant, godly creatures no one would ever want to lay their eyes on. Today we'll be talking about one of those godly creatures, the Cerberus. The guard dog of the underworld, ensuring those who have made their way to the depths of the underworld stay there for good, and any living being never finds their way past him. Now let's get into talking about Cerberus. More specifically, we'll be answering the question, what if Cerberus was real? Interestingly enough, Cerberus' existence wouldn't mean the end of human civilization as we know it. Cerberus wouldn't roam the earth and destroy everything and everyone, nor would he bring hell to earth. No, that's simply not the way this one goes. Cerberus is the god dog of the underworld, and that's quite literally his purpose. But when you hear guard dog, you probably think of a Rottweiler, Pitbull, German Shepherd maybe, you know, the classic guard dogs. Unfortunately, that isn't what should come to mind when you hear Cerberus, who is usually described as a large, three-headed dog of sorts, although other claims say he has as many as 100 heads. More specifically, the 100-head version of Cerberus was the original, and as the years went on, writers gave Cerberus 3 heads, while some even gave him 1. Another chilling detail is that Cerberus is described to have a snake head for a tail, or possibly multiple snake heads protruding from his body. Either way, this is not the kind of beast you would want to run into, dead or alive. Now, of course, if you were to run into Cerberus, that would mean one of two things, both quite unfortunate for you. Either you're dead, which I'm sorry to tell you, but for whatever reason you've been placed in the depths of the underworld, or you're alive, yet somehow you still found your way to the underworld, which I'm not so sure is a place you'd want to go. Either way, the fact that Cerberus was real inevitably means that the underworld is also real. This would confirm the ideology that spirits, ghosts, or souls do in fact exist. Although the majority of religions have a widespread belief that your spirit will live on, either through another being or quite possibly a ghost version of your previous self, scientifically this has yet to be proven. However, with the confirmation both Cerberus and the underworld do exist, well, that would change life as we know it. Although it seemed impossible to study, considering how it should only be available to the dead, we'd still try to learn as much about it as we possibly could. The confirmation that the underworld exists may also change the way people live their lives all over the world. Given that there are countless religions and beliefs out there, with billions of people all over the world following the strict guidelines of specific religions, some are more conservative than others, and some don't believe in any religion at all. But with the newfound discovery of the underworld and what lies beneath us, I strongly believe everyone all over the world would be much more committed to their religious beliefs. Personally, I'm not a very religious guy myself. I don't believe in all that much. However, if I was told and it was proven that the underworld does exist, well, I'd definitely start strengthening my beliefs in said religion. And I feel the same would go for anyone who either doesn't believe in anything at all or don't practice a religion often. Simply out of fear of ending up in the underworld and knowing the only way to get out would be to somehow get past the guardian of its gates, Cerberus, would be enough to get me reading the Bible on a daily basis. Of course, this revelation would also most likely confirm the existence of all the Greek gods, which would have an impact like no other. We recently did a video on Poseidon where I touched on not only his existence, but the existence of a handful of other Greek gods as well. Be sure to check that out for an in-depth explanation of what would happen if they did indeed rule our world. And to wrap this one up, if Cerberus was real, the watchful eye of the gates of the underworld would certainly inspire the population of the world to become more faithful. Whether that means majority of the world starts to follow Greek mythology and pray to their gods, or simply go further into their own beliefs, it seems Cerberus would strike fear into the hearts of all those currently living. And now, before we do cap this one off, let me know in the comments below what you would do if you found out Cerberus and the underworld were both indeed real. Would you live any differently than you currently do now? And on that note, guys, we're gonna wrap this one up. I've been your host here at Bronstein. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, share it with a friend. Let us know in the comments down below if you guys want more videos regarding Greek mythology. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell to never miss a video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.